Welcome to the Quick Galloper YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell.
They're off for the first. Revelation steps off slowly. Awesome Angel needs to do some catching up as Catalina from the one draw blasts past the six with that lead. Power racing on the outside. WJ Gold is traveling well, overtaken by a Delta Gamma on the move. Imaginarium racing on the outside of WJ Gold as they go past the five. Miss Prosecutor and Princess Tiana run as a team in behind. Believe in Me races next. Then comes Revelation and Awesome Angel yet to recover after the poor beginning. A half a mile to run, they go sprinting in that turn, and the favourite Delta Gamma just has it. Imaginarium now pesting on the outside. These two just a half a length separates them. Catalina is 2 lengths in behind and running in third. Toward the outside, that's a WJ Gold. Power asked to make some ground near the inside rail. A break back to Princess Tiana and Miss Prosecutor. Believe in Me races out wide. Revelation is next, and forget Awesome Angel losing her wings as they come to the top of the lane. Delta Gamma down on the rail, pressed all the while by Imaginarium. Both riders busy as they head toward the furlong pole. Delta Gamma the favourite, just the leader. Imaginarium looks to be losing her grip on the leader. Delta Gamma as they run past the furlong pole. WJ Gold running on the outside. Powwow in the yellow cap making ground over on the far side. But it is Delta Gamma out in front. Can they catch Delta Gamma and Tajay Siku? They can't. They win by more than 2. Imaginarium just second over Powwow. Then WJ Gold, Miss Prosecutor, is back in 5th.
Ready for a start. Often racing right away. Ballistic Missile gets away sharply on the far side. Give Me the Light is right in the middle, up the front end. I Am Fred is also there, right against the rail. That's Crypto Girl. So they're spread right across the track. Ability racing alone in the middle of the track, and the rest are closest to us. Give Me the Light is right there too. Ballistic Missile is in a handy spot. Also tried to come on. That's posing already. And Crypto Girl there, spread still wide open as they make their way coming to the 2 furlong point. It's Ballistic Missile who looks to have the lead from Crypto Girl, and Give Me the Light is Ballistic Missile. Crypto Girl now assume the lead is Crypto Girl in front of Give Me the Light, chasing Crypto Girl still in front. Give Me the Light. Ability is racing on the far side, but Crypto Girl begins to slip away from them. Give Me the Light still there plodding on along with Ability. It's Crypto Girl in front. Give Me the Light coming back for more. Crypto Girl driven for all it's worth, and Crypto Girl driven for all she's worth. Crypto Girl by about 2 lengths. Give Me the Light is second. Then comes Ability back in fourth. That's Ballistic Missile.
And they're off. Ruby's Light, Rockola, they missed it briefly. Princess Fiani took off like a jet, grabs an early lead. Design Diva pulling alongside. They make eye contact down the backstretch as they flash past the 5. Global Machine is 4 or 5 lengths in behind them. Ruby's Light a further 3 back. Amazing Force on the rail now begins to gather momentum along with Rockola as they charge away toward the half mile. They're there now and go spinning into that turn, and Design Diva sets the fractions, leading up by 3.5 lengths. Princess Fiani, trying to cope with the early speed, is left back in second as they leave the 3. A gap of some 6 to Global Machine. Amazing Force pulling alongside. Rockola and Ruby's Light, they share last. Tajay Suku and Design Diva first into the top of the lane. 1/4 mile to catch Design Diva. Being chased all the while by Princess Fiani, now trying to whittle away at the lead. Amazing Force is left some distance back against the rail. Rockola racing in the center of horses. Ruby's Light on the rail, and Global Machine is last, but it is Design Diva with the lead, beginning to shorten just a little bit. Princess Fiani edging closer all the while. Inside the final 16th, Design Diva under a drive, hanging on from Princess Fiani. Princess Fiani coming too late. Design Diva wins by nearly 3 lengths. Princess Fiani second. Amazing.
Often Racing, not a bad line, as Never is left at the back of the field, along with Little Maggie. Undeclared War wants that lead. It's Undeclared War, Shelley the Rocket, right there too. That's a Lucky Papa. Kellen is also in the mix. Big Pop just out wide of those as they go past the four. Then comes Native Alliance, just beside Native Alliance, just behind Native Alliance. That's a secret. It's Secret Mission. Then comes Little Maggie and Never Racing at the back of the field. They go past the three, and now Lucky Papa blast into that lead. It's Lucky Papa in front of right there too. That's Shelley the Rocket out wide, a Big Pop winding up for a charge. Kellen left back against the fence as they come into the lane. It's Lucky Papa turning on that pressure on that. This is Lucky Papa in front and traveling well. Shelley the Rocket is cutting into the margin. Lucky Papa driven for all he's worth. Shelley the Rocket trying to come on. Also coming on out wide. That Secret Mission. Lucky Papa keeps on rolling, coming to the half a furlong pole. It's Lucky Papa chased by Shelley the Rocket. Lucky Papa is beginning to hold on, and Lucky Papa holding it convincingly, about 2 lengths. Shelley the Rocket is second. Got tight for third. Either Secret Mission or Little Maggie back in fifth. Kellen.
Settled once again. They're off. Blood Moon gets a flyer. Social Mischief didn't and races at the back with Chinita Estrella and Salad under a ride. Undisclosed location going in chase of Blood Moon as they're about to arrive at the half-mile marker. Big Argument is close enough there toward the outside Linstead Market. Little Grovey Thing is in a handy spot down against the rail, sharing third with Linstead Market. A break of some 4 lengths back to Yorkist Racing, African Beauty 2 lengths in behind him. Salad has made ground on the rail, racing out wide. Social Mischief. Chinita Estrella is next, and Simply Enchanting at the back of the field as they come turning into the top of the lane. A quarter of a mile to run. Blood Moon just the leader. Here is Undisclosed Location now kicking in on the outside. Big Argument. Little Grovey Thing is left back in the red cap, and Linstead Market out wide. Blood Moon continues to hold the lead with a furlong to run. Blood Moon getting cracks of that right hand stick. Big Argument trying to make up a 2.5 to 3 length deficit, but Blood Moon is full of flight. Inside the final 16th, it is Blood Moon and Terrific Tevin Foster, driven to the wire to win by almost 3. Big Argument is second. Little Grovey Thing third. Salad is fourth. Could be Linstead Market over Undisclosed Location.
Six and a half furlong. We're ready for a start from Denzel Miller. They're off and racing. Talented Bad Gal is misses it and is resting at the back of the field as they blast past the 6, and it's a mad rush to that lead. Sherry Marie on that lead. Also there, that She's Ideal. In between horses, that's Call Her in a Race. She's very early today. Just behind them, that's Civic Illusion. Then comes Gulfstream Cat. Another length or so before we come to 4 Mile Love. Another 3 or 4 before we come to Wonderful Vision. Going down on the outside, that's Miss Jungle Jen. Then comes a Runville Run. Behind those, that's Everything Chris. And losing his stirrup, losing the irons, that's Another Quality. And racing at the back of the field, that's Talented Boss Gal. They come. Gonna come into the lane shortly, passing the 2.5 furlong pole, and it is on that leader. She's Ideal. She's Ideal. It's a mad scramble though. They're coming at the top of the lane. She's Ideal in front. Gulfstream Cat is also there on the premises on the rail. Coming out wide is on the outside. There comes Civic Illusion right there too. That's She's Ideal, but it's Civic Illusion. She's Ideal. Gulfstream Cat trying to find a path on the rail. It's Civic Illusion, She's Ideal. Gulfstream Cat just begging for a part on the inside. It's Civic Illusion, Gulfstream Cat coming up the rail. Gulfstream Cat, She's Ideal. Civic Illusion, Gulfstream Cat beats Civic Illusion, She's Ideal. Then comes Call Her Ray back in a fifth. That's For My Love.
Field in line and sent off quickly. Jet Ski Girl gets a good start. Security Code is already drifting toward the near side. As they sort themselves out on the far side, Steam is there just ahead of Time Bomb. Ants Attack way over on the far side, but they've covered just about the first furlong and a half and make their way toward the top of the lane. Steen on the far side running quickly, might just have a slight lead. It's close though. Big Guy in the Sky is the one almost rubbing the rail. Beautiful Moon adjusting behind him. Time Bomb now comes forward and begins a kick, and the Time Bomb and Steen, they tied in a knot as they head inside the final quarter. Time Bomb getting cracks of the left-hand stick. Steen continues to hang tough, and Steen has the lead. Time Bomb trying to worry Steen all the while. The rest are all left behind as Steen now begins to power off from Time Bomb. It is Steen out in front and travelling strongly on the action-packed Ray Lewis. They're not going to catch Steen. Steen powering away in the final stages, swerving a bit left and right, but Steen will pour it on in the end and will win comfortably by maybe 5 or more. Time Bomb is second, Jet Ski Girl is third, Security Code is fourth.
They're off and racing. Mark My Identity didn't get away that sharply, but American Aviator did, and American Aviator mixing it up with Awesome Anthony right there to Miss Grove as they go past the 6, trying to tack on to the tail and make it a foursome. That's Bob the Builder. Then a huge gap before we come to Cookie Day and Night, now overtaken by Mark My Identity and Wicked Cassie. Then behind them we have a breath of fresh air, and racing at the back of the field, that's King Pie. They make their way toward the 3, and American Aviator dictating terms on that leader. Chasing in second, that's Miss Grove. Awesome Anthony is right there too, tacking on to the tail of them and making it a foursome. That's Bob the Builder. Another 8 or so lengths before we come to Mark My Identity driven. Also driven, that's Wicked Cassie. Then comes a Cookie Day and Night, a huge gap before we come to a breath of fresh air and King Pike. You can forget about those. They're at the top of the lane, and it's still American Aviator still in front. Miss Grove bearing down on American Aviator with a furlong and a half to travel. Miss Grove on the outside. American Aviator tying up, and Miss Grove now hits the front. American Aviator will have to fight back for this one. American Aviator not going away. Miss Grove in front of American Aviator. Half a furlong to travel. Miss Grove is in front. American Aviator has to find another length or so. It's Miss Grove and Tajesuku, a triple for Tajesuku, another triple. American Aviator is second. Then comes Bob the Builder. Cookie Day and Night is fourth. I think might be Awesome Anthony back in fifth. Not too sure though.
They're off for the E. Anthony Sobrati Trophy. Almastilis misses it by just a beat along with Miss Braden and Lauren's Secret. Margarita has speed, puts it on display early. There goes Summer Palace rushing up. Riley J racing down on the outside. Native Flyer backing out in fourth, possibly 5 lengths separates them. Bangarang another length and a piece back. A gap of 3 to Duchess racing ahead of in the Blue Silks. That's Lauren's Secret as they blast past the half mile. And Mastilis toward the back with Legal Fight, and Miss Brayton going nowhere at the moment. They're approaching the final 3/8 of a mile. Summer Palace and Margarita, these two in a tussle for that lead. Margarita just pointing. Summer Palace hugging onto that rail run and cutting the corner as they're coming into the lane. Riley J shaken up in between horses. Native Flyer, the one near the rail. Bangarang in the blue out wide. But it is Margarita now going on from Summer Palace on the rail. Margarita trying to go away from Summer Palace, who continues to fight hard over on the rail, also making late progress. That is Duchess, but it is Margarita put to the right-hand stick from devastating Dane Dawkins. Summer Palace is coming once again on the rail, and Duchess begins to fly out wide, and Duchess strikes the front under Omar Walker inside the final yardage. This is the E. Anthony Sobrati Trophy. Duchess takes it by maybe 3 over Summer Palace. Then Margarita, Lauren's Secret, Bangarang behind them.
Denzel Miller is ready, and we're ready for a start. Off and racing. Shooting Star gets a good start. Bossman is hustled up and asked to go for that lead. So it's Bossman, I Dream Again, Shooting Star. These are the prominent three. Then comes Drunk Road Drift. On the outside of Drunk Road Drift, that's California Gold, hustling up and coming on the rail, that's Allegiance. About 6 or 7 before we come to the General and racing firmly at the back of the field. Way out of it, that's Captain Sparrow. They head toward the 4 and Bossman dictating terms on that lead. About a length and a piece from I Dream Again, tracking intently in second. Watching them from third, that's Allegiance. Also there, that Shooting Star. 2 lengths before we come to Drunk Reject, asks for more. Then comes California Gold, and still way out of it, about 10 lengths before we come to the General, and another 7 before we come to Captain Sparrow. They're coming at the top of the lane, and Bossman is not messing around, kicking on by about 6 lengths. Allegiance sent down in chase. I Dream Again looks to have petered out. It's Bossman in front and traveling well. It's Bossman still there. Allegiance trying hard to get to Bossman with just about a furlong to travel. Bossman is not for catching today in the Hubert Chinna Barkley Memorial Trophy. Bossman is cruising in the end. Bossman and devastating the docking from the high power camp of Peter John Passard. Bossman winning for fun, maybe by 10. Allegiance is second. Then comes back in third, that's I Dream Again, Shooting Star, and running on from way out of it to get fifth, that's Captain Sparrow.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.